Good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are gonna talk about how to perform backfilling in Apache Hudi Delta Streamer jobs. Now, this video will be based on my previous past video where I taught you about incremental data processing using Delta Streamer. So let's take a look at the architecture. So in the last video, which again, the links are in this particular blog that I wanna show you over here, right? There's a video link and all the explanation is there, right? So, the Delta Streamer job, we had a Hudi table, right, called orders, and then we had a table called customer, which was cataloged in Glue Hive Metastore, right? So we learned how we can leverage Delta Streamer to read and iterate over the order table in an incremental fashion, and then join them with the Glue tables that we had, for example, customers, using a SQL-based transformer, and then we build our curated data set, right? Now, often, while building the silver tables, right, there might be some data issues or there might be some partition which is corrupted. And when that happens, Delta Streamer also gives you the tool that you need to fix those issues. One of them is, backfilling jobs, right? So let's say I want to backfill for, let's say, a particular date, right? You can easily read the data from a raw source and then easily backfill on your silver tables. So that's what we will do today. So over here, I have a beautiful diagram. So from the first video, we built the incremental ETL process, right? That video, again, you can watch. So I'm not gonna cover how to make those incremental ETL again in the video. I'm assuming you already have the curated silver zone. And today, this video focuses on how you can leverage backfilling jobs in Delta Streamer. So for example, here you can see a simple SQL, right? We join the order and the customer table, and I wanna basically fix, let's say, a partition or a folder for order 2022-01-03. So here you can see I simply provide an SQL query with a where clause, and I put that to the Delta Streamer, and I'm using a SQL source over here, and the Delta Streamer will read these data from my Glue tables, which is also bronze zone, right? And then it will perform an upsert on your silver zone or the curated zone. So this video focuses on how you can leverage Delta Streamer for your backfilling job. So let's get started. So now let's do the hands-on lab. Again, assumptions are you have these two Hudi tables, customer and order. They are cataloged in Glue Hive Metastore. And then you also have the incremental ETL denormalized Hudi table that we built, okay? So let's rock and roll, okay? So first here, inside TestDB, I have my two Hudi tables cataloged in Glue Hive Metastore. And then inside this particular bucket, if you see, I have a bronze. In the bronze, I have two table customers in order, okay? And then inside silver, I have my denormalized table. So now let's rock and roll, right? So first I'll copy paste the backfilling code, and then I'll of course explain you what the code does, okay? So let's go over here, copy, paste, save it. Before I run, now let me walk you over the code, okay? Actually, it's pretty easy, right? So in this case, we're gonna be using a class called org.apache.hudi.utilities.sources SQL source. This source basically allows you to, provide in an SQL query, a Spark SQL query. So now you can read from any 1, 2, 3, 4 tables, join, and then if you want, you can, fix your corrupted partitions or missing data, etc. Right? So you can use this class for backfilling, right? This class will take a attribute called hudi.deltastreamer.source.sql.sql query, and then you can provide in your SQL query. And let me show you the query. Again, the query is very simple. I read a bunch from the order tables. I read a bunch of columns from the customer table, as you can see. Again, you have to put the database dot table name, right? And these database and table is there in my Glue Hive Metastore, right? And then here you can see what I'm doing is like I'm saying like, hey, I want to read the data for this particular date. And then I want to basically overwrite, or maybe I want to fix the corrupted partitions, right? So that's that. Let me go to the backfiller job. And then that's it, man. You have a record keep, pre-com and the partition path, and table type as copy on write, and the target table name is order. So pretty simple. This class allows you to provide in a Spark SQL query, and it does the job for us, okay? So what would make sense is to see this in action, right? So purposely, again, I'm providing in this Spark SQL query, but on the name side, I've purposely used the word test. Okay. So once the job completes, what I do anticipate is if I go to this partition, right? I have this Parquet file right now. So let me action S3 select Parquet JSON over here and run SQL. Okay, here. So once this job is complete, I should see the name to test, okay, because it's a backfilling job, and I purposely changed the name to show you that the Spark SQL works. All right, so this makes sense, Saumil. All right, let me just review everything. Bucket name, yeah, looks good. All right, so we're gonna run this job. The job is now in the running state, as you can see. So what I will do is let me pause the video and resume once the job is complete. As you can see, the job finally succeeded. Took about roughly 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and now let's go to the S3. If I refresh, I should see a new Parquet file over here. There you go, looks good. All right, and now let's try to query this, hopefully. So query with S3 select, Apache Parquet. Over here, select JSON, run SQL query. Look at that, perfect. You see this customer name test. So what this proves is basically you can write a simple Spark SQL query and then use a Hudi streamer, provide the Spark SQL query to the Hudi streamer. Again, if your data is already cataloged in Glue, you can simply use the database name dot table name notation and then provide any query and just provide a where clause, and then you can easily perform backfilling action like a pro. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed, and all the resources will be there in the description. So in case if you have any further question, please do not hesitate to use the comment window and ask your question. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and I'll see you in the next video.